Hey, what's happening guys? Mike Moo here. This video is just a quick little update about MoviePass terms and services and updates for the latest. Today is actually May 1st, 2018. My last video was actually published on March 7th, which was quite a while ago. So there's been a lot of changes that have happened. Luckily for those of you, there have been, you can see some of the terms right here. They list the terms of use, but there are some other additional terms that they don't actually mention in here that you can easily find based on a lot of comments. If you check out the Reddit site or subreddit for the MoviePass, there was a user out here that actually put together a bunch of the service updates of the most recent ones, and the latest update was April 27, 2018. All right, first I want to answer something. Is MoviePass still worth it? Well, if you are a brand new subscriber, they've made some changes where you can only watch up to 4 movies a month, and they have to be all different movies. So if you're the type that wanted to subscribe to MoviePass and say watch the Avengers stuff over and over again, Star Wars over and over again, this is definitely not for you. Luckily, I'm not that type of person. I did, however, watch one movie over again, and that was Star Wars, only because I fell asleep the first time, the latest one. So keep that in mind. At the, let's just say, $15 price point, you got to do the math and figure out if it's still going to make sense for you if you're doing month to month. And that will be, again, only 4 different movies that are 2D only. You cannot do any of the premium offerings right now at that basic level until they add new premium offerings. So at this point, they don't have the new premium offerings. They're still testing the ground. Now, if you're an old MoviePass customer, like myself right now, I'm currently grandfathered in, so I can still watch up to 30 movies if there were actually 30 movies to watch at the local theater, but there aren't at any given time. So really, I'm only limited. I'm really just kind of limited, right? I'm not ever actually going to be able to watch the full-on 30 movies. I think there's probably about 6 or 7 movies right now in the movie theaters that I can choose from that are local to me over here around Monterey Park and San Gabriel Valley. So really, it's not that too big of a deal for me since I rarely watch more than 4 movies. But for me, I definitely got my money's worth. I did the annual thing several months ago. Okay, so let's go over some of the questions and comments people had. Kevin Kelly said basically you can only see a movie only once and once per day, and you have to send a photo of your last ticket. There you go. I didn't need to make a movie on it. Well, I wish there was. I wish it was that easy. Well, again, I already mentioned that you can only watch up to 4 different movies if you're a new subscriber, and you know, one a day is something for us older people who subscribe prior to now. So if you're subscribing now, like moving forward after May or April 27th, you know, you're limited to the 4. Make sure you read the terms of service because, again, very importantly, this can change at any point in time. They say so in the terms of service. Kind of sneaky, but they have to do this in order to try to survive and keep going. You got to realize they're a business, so everything they're going to do, they're going to try to limit their losses. And what they were hoping was that spam call. What they were hoping was that actually people would you know, calm down and not actually watch tons of movies all the time. And you know, it's true of me. I definitely got my money's worth when it came out. I was watching at least 1 movie a week, 2 sometimes in a week when I had the time to do it. And you know, now I'm just maybe 2 to 3 a month, maybe. And that's actually me trying. All right, so as far as sending a photo of your last ticket, I have never actually had to do that, and I've watched a lot of movies. I'd want to say that I have easily doubled or tripled or quadrupled my money's worth so far, and the year isn't even up yet. And I've never had to send a photo of my last ticket. That's really because in certain markets, in certain areas, in your statistics when you were watching the movies, you might have triggered something that went on their risk level scale. Like, you know, if you're at risk for auditing, they're going to tell you to send your last photo of the ticket. And just very recently, my wife and I went to watch the Avengers, and she had done some things that were against the terms of service that she didn't know about. I talked about that in my last movie, my first MoviePass tips and how not to get banned video. And well, basically she did the things that she wasn't supposed to do, and that's why, you know, from now on maybe they'll need you to send, or need her to send a photo of her last ticket. So she did. So so that happened. Yes, I'm sorry. Someone thought some people thought this was long and boring. Well, you know, if you already got what you got out of the video, you can feel free to stop at any point in time. And again, the main changes for the terms of service are going to be, you can check out, I'll link this down below on this Reddit page right here. Oh, number two, one of the main changes, you're only allowed to switch devices once per month. Why was this a problem? Well, apparently some people were going in with multiple MoviePass cards and accounts to buy multiple tickets all at once and using one smartphone. So basically you log in with a smartphone associated with that card, check in, buy the ticket, log out of that smartphone, read register on that smartphone, card number two, log in, check in, and, purchase another thing and, log off and keep doing that. And basically just buying multiple shows or multiple tickets all at once. You can see how this could quickly become, this is obviously against the terms of service because it's really supposed to be one card. And number two, you're not supposed to have more than one of these MoviePass cards per person. Number three is that you are not supposed to give your MoviePass card to anybody else for purposes of purchasing MoviePass, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much they had to limit that. So basically now you are only allowed to switch devices once per month. This is pretty annoying for some people who don't necessarily have a smartphone. I'll give you examples of this. My parents are quite old. They don't really like to use a smartphone. If we have to do this, we actually have to make sure that we set up a smartphone specifically for using MoviePass, and that could be pretty annoying. My great aunt, for instance, is probably never going to want to switch to a smartphone. Why would she when her battery lasts all week and she has all the things that she wants to do on the phone, basically make a phone call? So yeah, this is going to be annoying for a lot of people. I know this affects people that I personally know, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully, they have an extra smartphone and data plan or hotspot that allow them to go ahead and make use of this when they go out with people who don't care to carry around a smartphone or who don't want to be tracked, etc. Many number of reasons not to use a smartphone. Okay. Number three, you must use the latest version of MoviePass app or your service will be suspended until you update. All right, now, here's the thing. If you can already use the app right now and actually watch movies like just right now and you didn't update, don't update because a lot of these rules are actually, the limits are actually set specifically within the app. Okay, so if you're still currently, let's just say you're still currently able to do certain things and they were working, upgrading app might not be a great idea until they get some things ironed out. I'll give you an example of this. During the opening of Avengers, apparently there was a glitch in the app that caused it to actually automatically already think that you watched Avengers when you didn't. So yeah, there was a big problem with that. I read all about it. Luckily, we weren't affected. We watched Avengers on Sunday, but some people really got screwed. So update it when you have to. Use the latest version. Just don't update immediately, right? But if it won't allow you to check in or whatever, it'll probably give you a little notice and let you know that your service is suspended until you update. That's probably the best time to update. So pretty much this new update actually says, and I updated on my own iPhone 10, it will actually mark and cross out the movie saying that you've watched it already, and so that you can't watch it again. That's pretty much it. So there's that. There are some other updates to the language about refunds for the 8-hour outage. Information about that. Obviously some new Zendesk articles. I find it kind of funny that they don't really mention necessarily about who exactly has to submit verification of the stub. I haven't had to do that yet. Happened to my wife this past Sunday, and I haven't had to do that yet. So maybe I am really at the low risk scale, right, of things. So yeah, so definitely keep up to date with the terms of service. Again, they can change it any time, and they actually tell you that you should check the MoviePass app frequently for changes in the services and all offerings, including the updates and the theater participation. One update about the e-ticketing thing, there are definitely some theaters that support it right now directly through the MoviePass. What they're talking about in terms of e-ticketing is that you definitely can't do it through third-party things such as Fandango, movies.com, anything like that. If it is directly supported on MoviePass and it says it supports e-ticketing, feel free to do it. Just make sure it is through the MoviePass and that you got their go-ahead or okay from MoviePass in order to use the e-ticketing thing. A couple of other things I want to mention too is that it is still a great idea to basically turn off, make sure that you turn off the location sharing on the app when you're not using it. Again, privacy is always a concern anywhere. Doesn't matter what company it is. Limit how much you share with them. You know, but you realize that they do want to make money off this and somehow, so maybe something like that could change in the future. Uh, Another thing is the obvious stuff is just don't try to hack the system. Don't try to come up with creative ways on how you can get any additional benefits to at the cost of MoviePass. So just basically don't abuse the terms and conditions. Realize if it's a movie a day, you know, it's just a movie a day. Don't try to do and purchase anything else on your MoviePass card because that's just going to ruin it for everybody. Okay. Uh, you know, this was a great thing, and so far it's been good for everybody. Well, most people over these coming months. I've never seen so many people at the movie theaters. That's kind of annoying. So definitely don't do that. Also, be careful about handing over your MoviePass cards all together at once for someone to buy, you know, multiple tickets at once, because that is definitely going to trigger that suspicion that will then cause you to forever have to submit pictures of your stubs, right? And what I'm talking about real briefly is, I'll give you an example of the time where I was over at AMC. Me and my wife were both standing in line. We had our red MoviePass cards out, and the person in front said, "Hey, you guys using MoviePass?" "Yeah." "Okay, give me your cards. Let me all, you know, swipe that all at once." So basically what they did was they entered 2 tickets on the console, right? Charged whatever was necessary on the first card, but he didn't split it half-half. Basically, he made it so that it charged a full amount on the first card and then what was rest on the next card. So the first card got charged 15 bucks. The other card got charged whatever was left. Yeah. So that would cause some sort of suspicious thing with MoviePass that would then say, hey, you weren't supposed to do that, right? Because you're not. You're not supposed to share the transaction. The transaction's only supposed to be for one card. Okay, so I think that might have really triggered my wife to had to be uploading a sample or basically a photograph of the ticket stub to prove that that is in fact what she checked in and purchased for the movie. So yeah, so definitely watch out for that. Definitely don't do that. Another update is my Fuse card actually continues to work. So if you don't know, the Fuse card is an electronic credit card thing that allows me to store multiple credit cards on there and electronically allow me to switch between them by pressing buttons or using the app, and then this way I can keep multiple things on one card. So basically, I have my MoviePass card on there along with all these other membership cards. I wouldn't if you don't have one, I wouldn't recommend pre-ordering one new right now because they're really expensive. I'd wait for the one with the chip, the electronic chip, and wait till that actually comes out before considering getting one. And yeah, it's actually pretty useful because I can store multiple things on there all at once, and then I don't have to carry as many cards as I used to have to carry. So I have that in addition to my MoviePass card as a backup that I actually just kind of leave in my car in my bag or something like that. Let's see, terms of service. What else was there? Don't watch a whole movie. That's right, you got to watch a whole movie. Basically, their idea is they've been catching a lot of people who actually purchased the movie for other reasons, such as just earning rewards points, just using the bathroom, getting parking validation, and then not actually staying to watch the movie, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the important data that they're hoping to gather and sell off for marketing or to promote products, right? So obviously that's really a shady thing to do. Just keep in mind that they are actually paying the full price of the movie that gets charged on there. They're not getting any discounts. They're not affiliated with any movie theaters. So you do that, you are really costing them a lot of money, and actually just basically it's kind of just a slap in the face for if you were thinking of this as a gift from someone, right? So definitely don't do that. In fact, I think that for the most part, if you just go to do only what this was designed for you to do, which is to watch for new subscribers 4 different movies a month on different days, and that's it, right? Just the movies. You should be good. Yeah. One other thing I should also mention, though, is that I know this is against AMC terms of service for getting points in addition to using MoviePass, but I do that all the time. At our theater, we actually have reserved seats that are only for the Gold Stub members, and I've been a Gold Stub member for a while. So I don't care. When I go in there at AMC kiosk, I give them my information so that I can go ahead and pick on those gold seats, and so that I can just actually just get the best seats in the house because I pay for the membership. So yeah, and I do get points for that, so I do get free popcorn and stuff. And as a result, I do prefer to go to AMC. I realize this might be against the AMC terms of service, but I don't care. I'm going to continually doing it because I definitely want to get the best seats in the house, and I definitely still want to make use of my MoviePass. So in case you're wondering, this has never been a problem with that. AMC has never given me an issue about it. I think they really want people to go to their theaters. And even though it's against the terms of service, I haven't had any issues. And AMC is definitely the movie theater that I choose to go to most of the time because, our local ones have some of the best seats and they're new. They're the newest ones with reclining seats and everything. All right, so that's it for this video. If you have any other questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you very much for the people that have subscribed. Back in March, I was not at 1,000 subscribers. Right now, I'm at 13. How much? 1,200 and 1,240 subscribers. I'm hoping to get 2,000, sometime before the summers. And I realize that these videos are pretty long, so hopefully you got some useful information out of that. Please, again, if you didn't get anything out of the video, is that if you the main thing I want you to get out of this video is the main changes that affect anybody new that is subscribing to MoviePass. Again, it's now not one movie a day. It's up to 4 movies, 4 different movies a week, 2D show times only. And you can only use the card for purchasing the ticket, and you have to check in unless they have e-ticketing, and you got to purchase it pretty much for that day. And if they find that you may be doing things that may be a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit of a risky behavior, be prepared to provide proof that you purchased the ticket for the movie at the showtime using your smartphone. Upload it, because at the bottom it will say that you may forfeit your benefits if you do not upload a copy of the ticket stub. So don't throw those away. Make sure you're not doing anything funky with it. And another thing that's new is that if you lose your MoviePass card, they will charge you $10 for replacement. And if anything suspicious happens while that card is out of your hands, including if someone else got a hold of it and they just try to swipe it at various different places for whatever reason, maybe at the concession stand, you will be held liable and they will probably ban you. It's happened before. They pretty much don't want people to say, oh, it wasn't me that purchased, that checked in with the MoviePass and then went and bought popcorn and drinks and whatever. Yeah, because that's completely against their terms of service, right? It's only for the movie ticket. Okay. All right, that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful to you. And again, always keep in mind the terms of service is changing all the time. Please note the date of these videos that you see. All the videos, make sure you look at the latest ones and for the latest updates on here. And again, check down the link down below, because there are some people with a lot of time on our hands that actually do the job and look up the terms of service and tell you about it. And the Reddit is one of these places where you can get some good information. All right, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video.